I worked a GOP voters registration booth at the county fair today. And outside the booth, we had a cardboard copy, photo uh, of President Trump, a whole body length photo of cardboard copy outside the booth. On the one side, on the left side, we had a cardboard copy of Melania, First Lady Melania, on the other side. So for the most part, people came up to the booth. They were Trump supporters. They was like giving us a thumbs up, and we talked about issues, and everybody was happy. And just for the most part, because it's a fair and people are passing by, and there's several booths in a row, and they saw that one, and a lot of people were taking photos with President Trump like this and doing this. There was a lot of people doing that. So of course you're gonna find, in that kind of environment with thousands and thousands of people, everybody's not gonna be a Trump supporter. So for the most part, we had people that came by that were Trump supporters, fine. So, like I say, everybody's not a Trump supporter, and I don't expect that, and I don't expect everybody to use logic and common sense when they come by and see a cardboard copy photo of Trump. So, and that's fine. Okay, but this is my issue. Okay, first, it was this lady and her husband and maybe a 13-year-old daughter. So she had her husband to take a photo of her with Trump, giving him the finger. And I'm standing there watching it. So I said to her, I said, well, ma'am, that's your First Amendment right, and make America great again. She and her husband and her, I guess, 13-year-old child gave me the finger. Okay? It's one thing for adults to be stupid and disrespectful, but you're going to teach your child to be that disrespectful and hateful to another adult. And I wasn't the only one in the booth. There was other people there too. But that didn't bother her, for her child to give the finger. So basically they were giving the finger to all of us, really. And I was like, wow. Okay. So that's one incident. Another incident, it was his father, and he had two small little girls. They might have been 3 or 4 years old. He passed by and saw the cardboard copy of President Trump, and he instructed his little 3-year-old to go and kick it. Okay. So she went over there and kicked it, and I looked at him. And I just looked and I said, wow. Well, when I was a child, I was raised to respect everybody, especially adults. They're calling this Trump derangement syndrome, and that's a good name for it, but, a good name that we all can say. But I believe it's evil. These people have gotten evil. When you will teach your child to be that evil and to give the middle finger to your president of the United States and anybody else that's standing around, or to go kick the president's picture, how does that makes you feel good as a parent? That makes you feel good. I had a conversation with a walkaway guy, a guy that had walked away from the Democrat Party, and he says his reason for walking away was just what I said, the violence. He said he has never seen anything like it. He said they're inciting violence. He said that this is not normal. He said they used to not be like that. But I explained to him why. I explained to him the reason they are now so in your face with the violence and inciting violence is because nothing's working. I said the Democrats could be able to use name calling and win, or to destroy their opponent. They could say candidate so and so is a racist or a misogynist or this or that, and it would. And the GOP is so weak, and they're still weak, that they would just tuck their tail and run, or plead and try to explain how they're not a racist or they're not a this. But Trump didn't let that bother him. They said all those names. They've thrown everything at him basically. And I tried to make it even more, bring it down to maybe a better level, maybe he could understand. I said, just think, if you have been able to win all your arguments or fights with someone by saying a certain thing, and they just give up and run away or just walk away and let you win, and you're used to that, and then all of a sudden, those same people that you start using those same tactics with, it no longer works, you probably would start getting violent too, because what else can you do? That has worked for you for so long. So this, I just wanted to rant about this because I was heartbroken to see little kids being taught by their parents in front of all these people to disrespect and give people the finger and go and kick the president. And then we saw how Whoopi Goldberg lost her mind on The View. And it's going to get worse, people. I keep telling everyone it's going to get worse because they have nothing else to do. They don't know how to win fights because they've never had a fighter. I tell people all the time, Donald Trump is a street brawler. He's a fighter. He knows how to fight. And the liberals don't know how to fight. That's why they always use words and stuff. They've never had to fight anybody. But they have a fighter now. And that's why this is going on. So all I can say to Trump supporters is just buckle up, pray up, stay informed, all your friends and families that want to hear it. I also had people that said, I'm going to take a photo with this Trump picture, but I'm not going to post it. I said, why don't you post it then? He says, my family would go crazy. My friends would go crazy. And I say this to people, and I mean this. If you have lost family members and so-called friends because you voted for Donald Trump, those people weren't your friends to begin with. And this is the main thing. None of those people are paying your bills. I know that sounds so good. Who cares? I know that hurts. It might sound cold because we love people. But see, you haven't done anything to these people. These people have turned their backs on you and hurt you and simply because of who you voted for. Donald Trump is a total stranger to us, basically. But this is your family member that you've been loving and been there for them for years. Friends, people say they've lost friends for 30 years. They've been friends for 30 years, have walked away. What kind of friend will walk away from somebody? You know your friend, and your friend knows you. Donald Trump is a total stranger. So you're going to walk away from a good friend because they voted for Donald Trump. That doesn't make sense to me, but I tell you what, take heart, because those people are not paying your bills, and you're probably better off without them. I'm not saying don't love them, don't be there for them when they call you, because they probably will come back when they need something because they've done you wrong. I've always been told when you leave a relationship and you're in the wrong, no matter what kind of it is, it's a marriage, a dating relationship, or friends, if you leave those people for nothing, you're going to be the one to have to go back to that person because you left wrong. You're going to have to go back. So take heart, people. Take heart, Trump supporters. And if you're a believer, continue to pray. Continue to pray and pray for these people. I don't know. First, I used to say, well, how do you pray for people like that? First, you pray that their souls get saved, that they wake up. Because the main thing is that you have your soul right with God. Everything else is second. Have a blessed day.